What? Think for yourselves. Don't be sheep.
Escape the age.
Boy, what are molecules? Well, it's just a word. They're apparently particles. I would just say they're particles of light. Yeah, I don't believe in science. Sorry, but I'm a spiritual being. I don't know what you think molecules are. They're just stuff. You know, consciousness, I don't know, right? If you would say that, you know, consciousness, you know, if a spirit can manipulate matter and energy, then I can create a body for myself. And if I think the world is hate, you know, then I can become some kind of angel of hate. If I think the world is nice, I can be like, oh, it's so nice, right? But if I'm like, oh, I'm so nice, you know, and then I walk around and I meet someone who's full of hate, you know, then I may realize that the truth I was living was not the truth other people are living. So molecules are just particles that are charged with something, you know, negative or positive. And that brings you back to the yin and the yang. And I think they say molecules are like pairs of atoms or something. But to be honest, I really don't give a shit. And that's the most liberating thing you can ever discover for yourself, that if you're honest, you don't give a crap. You know, it's like that one time where I was doing an internship in the Barbarian Forest National Park. And I was working with this woman on camera traps to capture images of lynx to then identify them and give him names and, you know, make money with it through science and feel important, like you're doing something very important. Probably you are, you know, it's hard to say for me, but I just don't give a shit. And I had no idea which party our current, you know, Chancellor Merkel was in. Merkel? Yeah, whatever. I had no idea which party she was in, and, you know, I already had studied or was studying. And then she said, we were talking about this, and I said, yeah, I don't know. And she said, well, you know, somebody of your intellect or of your schooling, you know, should know. I was like, well, do you know everything that I know? Because this is just useless junk to me. You know, I'd rather know how energy is flowing inside my body. You know, so rather than knowing anything about molecules, right, I rather know what I need to do if I wake up and I feel terrible. You know, that's much more important to me, right? So that, you know, I don't have to kill myself. I'm just saying, you know, I can just say, okay, what works for me? What's gonna put a smile on my face? Okay, I'm just gonna go, you know, maybe do the dishes first, and I'm gonna make a coffee, and then I'm just gonna work on something. So that's much more important to me. That's like relevant information. So whatever they taught you in school was just complete bullshit. That's just what I think. Because it never helped me to do any of that. It just showed me that they don't know. So yes, science has no idea what's going on. Because they always look at stuff outside of themselves, and they never look at it inside of themselves. Which is why when Ram Dass started to take, you know, LSD and psilocybin, and he was basically doing research on himself, which is basically the only relevant research you could do, because you know how you feel then, and you can see what's going on, really. But if you always look at it from outside, from inside to the outside and you look at what's happening to others, you don't know what's happening to them. You are the one who's living this life. And if you look for meaning in molecules, you may forget that there's meaning in yourself about how you feel. So, whatever you think you know about molecules also may teach you something about yourself. So probably you always come in pairs, So maybe you have a husband or a wife, like a real, like cosmic counterpart. And I may have that. I'm just saying, if she's too stupid and too much of a coward to find me, then I'm just gonna, I don't know, dawdle around with someone else and just see what's gonna happen. And that's just what I think, Some people are just cowards. So what's a molecule? I don't care. I don't care. It's a word. It's useless. It's meaningless. It's stupid. And it will never help anyone to do anything, because instead of sitting around understanding what molecules are, we could just plant trees and, just go back to the forests and humble ourselves into being cold in winter instead of having radiators and getting sick indoors and then be afraid to leave the house because it's cold. I think you get what I'm saying. It's just meaningless stuff.